right? And choose how we're gonna adapt. You're gonna like, you know what? I like talking to the microphone. That's so much. That's fun for me, and I'm gonna find a way to continue making my money by talking into the microphone because that's what I love. You 100% can do that. If you master AI, you'll be the king of it, and it won't be a local business anymore, right? Go ahead.
Though, I just want to know, in the direction you're going, are you helping people to learn or implement these things? Because you said you're using it in your marketing and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. I got people out in Pennsylvania that I'm working with, just like mom and pop companies, moving companies, landscapers, contractors, handymen, like a lot of like these small businesses that, you know, don't have the in with Microsoft like Khan Academy did, so they can launch GPT-4 tutors before the public even has GPT-4, right? Like, so these smaller companies don't have access, don't know how to do it. You download like 18 different apps, don't know what to do with them, don't, you know.
So you help set all that up?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to talk to you.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
So, who's are the people or like technologies behind that artificial intelligence? Because we keep hearing that, you know, AI.
Yeah.
But how does it get created? I always get fascinated.
Who's
How does
behind it?
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Well, honestly.
That's who's
Like
behind
I said,
it.
there
Lucifer's
are a
behind
lot
it.
of moral and
That's a
ethical
devilish thing to
issues.
say.
That's a
and-
very
and-
devilish thing to
and-
say.
and
Are you
trouble
aware of
with-
Andrew Torba? Do you know
No,
Gab?
no, but he had a
I'm gonna
question.
send you
Hold on a
information.
second.
He had a question about who's
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
The short answer, Microsoft has been providing the majority of the funding for ChatGPT specifically. So a lot of it is the big tech. Now they compete. Google, completely independently, has Bard, which is basically a competitor to ChatGPT. It has some things that are better, a lot that's worse, but guess what? They're working on it every day. Every day it gets better. Wait, how long was it from GPT 3.5 to GPT 4? Like not even a month.
Yeah.
Like so there's an arms race, and who's funding it is the big tech companies. Facebook's working on something.
Lucifer.
Elon Musk is working on something. Right now, the people in the lead with ChatGPT, like that's Microsoft, right? We all know Microsoft. The company Google said don't be evil, and then once they got as big as Microsoft, they got rid of that because, like you were saying, welcome to big tech. But
Slippery
that's
slope.
But that's who's behind it now, and especially, I know most people in this room are more right of center, you know, and I personally am as well. And let's be real, there's censorship online, right? And the current AI models, you better believe they are censored. Go and ask it, right? A lot of students have been using it to write their essays. So ask it to write an essay about the pros of fossil fuels or something like that. The current language models, they will tell you, they're like, I'm sorry, that is not in my programming, right? So imagine what happens once anything that you believe in is not in the AI's program. We got to make our own, quite frankly. and that is coming. Go ahead, yeah.
I had a second part of the question, if I could.
Go ahead.
Do you think that that AI, you know, are gonna replace some people's work and people like may possibly could lose their jobs?
People already have. I know people.
Oh, yeah.
Go on LinkedIn. I can show you 1,000
like a
people right now
conveyor
who've been laid off.
Conveyor
Copywriters, programmers. A lot of those jobs, they said like, oh, learn to code, you'll be fine. Yeah, but ChatGPT can code better than most people coming out of a 4-year computer science degree.
There's the question. I mean, like, what if people like losing a job and they can't find any jobs like real fast or whatever? I mean, maybe AI is a good thing, or like maybe like intermediate thing.
It's
or-
both.
They need to adapt.
It has goods and it has bads. Right? The goods is it can make you way more efficient. The bad, and it's just like with any technology, right? That how many people lost their job with the typewriter because we didn't need as many scribes writing with their hands, right? It's gonna suck for a lot of people. The economy is probably gonna get worse because a lot of these mid-level white-collar jobs, these, you know, the jobs that everyone went to college for, the ones that actually succeeded at college and, you know, are making 80 to 120. Those jobs are getting not just outsourced, but replaced. Where, hey, we've got a department of 10 people, one person can do it now. It's gonna suck for those 9 people, but realistically, you wanna be that one. Right, and it's the same thing with companies. You know, whether it's, you know, a service industry, like guess what, the companies that master it, they're gonna flood the information streams. Are you gonna be the company that's flooding there and owning it? Or the companies that get wiped out, right? Because, oh, like, you know, everyone can go and make their Facebook page, and ads used to be cheap. I built Sim Studios on really cheap Facebook ads, getting like insane CPAs and CPMs, but you don't get those numbers now, but you can still make a Facebook page. But if there are literally thousands and thousands of AIs out there, like, just filling the message space, and you're just writing your one post by hand, good luck getting noticed. You're gonna have to put a lot of cash behind that on a boosted post. Yeah, Glenn?
How many sources of AI are there? Is Bill Gates with Microsoft and Google on daily games right now, or?
No, every company that has a digital assistant, Samsung has Bixby, and they're working on AI for that. Microsoft hasn't integrated ChatGPT into Cortana yet, but Amazon's working on it. And in fact, I'm currently working on a way to connect ChatGPT to Alexa, kind of to add that verbal component that Google Bard has. I imagine by the time I've built it, there's going to be like 30 other ones already available, but it's still a fun project. And it's nice to be able to, again, have control, right? Because the big tech companies, right? And to answer your question, how many? You know, the 7 or 8 companies that you think of big tech, like Amazon, Facebook's working on one, all of Elon Musk consortium. Yeah, so about 8 to 10 of those. But every university has something going on. A lot of it is like they're working on the same project. So it's not like every single university has its own AI, but within the University of California system, like they could be contributing. MIT, you know, is working on multiple ones, right? So how many are there? It also depends on what's your definition. Is something like HubSpot that you know you're just gonna automate your emails and have a nice decision tree and make it so that when the customer does X, it brings them into this series of these 3 actions. Like, that's, to me, that's a form of AI.